Okay, we are live for real this time. I think. Let's hope. Bitrate's good. Cool. Just gonna make sure the stream's up with the right information. Let's go. It is. Okay, cool. We are finally live, dude. That was a hard time just to go live. Alright, let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and open up the stream on my phone just so I can read chat easier. And give me a second here. There we go. Now I need to go ahead and put the notification in the Discord. And then we should be on our way. I think it should all be good. I'm not moving right now, so don't worry about that part. And there we go. Get the link posted in the stream announcements. Hello at here. Stream is starting now. We will be testing out some of the new features that are coming to that were released in this week's snapshot, as well as building with some of the new blocks, and I will be doing a creative world tour. Okay. I think that should be good. There we go. This should be perfect right there. I think that should do just fine. Should do just fine. Now let's try moving, and this should go all to plan. Come on, let's see it on stream. Not really having any doubts that this is going to work. I'm just making sure that it does because we've had some internet problems today. Hey, what's up? How's it going, Tektara? Okay, so it looks like unless my stream's just behind, I want to make sure that I'm moving on stream. Okay, there we go. Just a little bit of a delay. We're working with a little bit of a delay on this one, but other than that, I think it's going pretty good. Alright, just kind of doing a chill stream for today. Gonna have some fun with it. We're gonna see what happens. Gonna try and get some ideas for some stuff to do. I've had some ideas for a YouTube video that I want to make, but haven't been able to make it work yet. So maybe we can make that happen live on stream today. Have some ideas for redstone. Just all my squid died. That's not nice. We'll go ahead and get them back in there. I want to just, this is my little area for anything that I need. Pretty much. Just, oh, sorry, bud. That's weird. I don't know why they're glitching. Okay, let's see. Alright, fun stream today. So, if any of you guys didn't see, there was a new Minecraft snapshot, which is exciting as always, but they added some of my favorite things to the game this week, and I've actually been waiting for this one for a while. Like, this is my update that I've been waiting for about, like, ever since they announced the cave update. They've added so many green blocks, and these ones have flowers on them. I just love it. Then they added bushes, and they have little stems, and oh, these things are perfect. I love these things. These things are so cool. And the moss block. This is probably something I've been looking forward to since they announced it. I'm just gonna keep on saying that because that's how long I've been looking forward to it for. And it's such a cool block. It looks basically like grass, except there's a carpet variant. So now, if you're playing Minecraft, you just put this all on your lawn. Mobs aren't going to spawn on your lawn anymore. So I think that's super cool. Like, you can hardly tell the difference, but I like the color green a little bit more than grass. And it doesn't change with biome, so you can actually make pretty nice lawns and deserts now as well. So I think that's a pretty cool thing that they added. And then we got all this stuff. Don't really care about anything besides these blocks over here. These blocks over here are the exciting thing. Oh, the glow berries, of course. These are cool. These don't care about. These don't care about. Then this is all just the old snapshot stuff. And this stuff, it's cool, but you know what? Copper's more cool, and this is cool too. I like the tinted glass. That stuff's cool as well. I think skulk sensors are cool. Alright, so that's just a basic overview of all the materials that we've gotten so far in this snapshot. When you look at it all together, pretty big update, especially since not everything's been released so far. And a lot of this are, like, obviously the candles, like, these are all just grouped together, but it looks a lot bigger when it's all spread out like that. Anyways, I think it's time to get started. So let's see. We're going to start off with some things that I missed from last snapshot. So apparently there's two things that I missed that were pretty huge. And oops. That are pretty huge. So if we come over here, if you bone meal the moss block, it spreads all the bushes and stuff, which is super cool. I didn't even realize that there was a way to get these bushes, and that's kind of cool. It also puts down the moss carpet and all that, so that's pretty neat as well. Don't really think there's like too much cool stuff other than that. Like, I don't know. It's okay. Nothing super great about it. Just a way to get all that stuff pretty easily. But then if we go ahead and get our small drip leaf and we bone meal this, I need a clay block to place this on. You almost never have to grab clay. Let's see. I think I have some over here. Come on. There we go. So if we go ahead and grab a clay block and we place this down, and then we bone meal it, it actually becomes a drip leaf. And one thing that people found out is that if you place one underneath bedrock, you can actually break bedrock now. So there's no way it's going to stay in the game, but still, it's like, if it did, that would be kind of crazy. I don't think there's any way they're going to let that stay in the game. So that one was too short. Sometimes that happens. But there we go. See, broke bedrock just like that. Easy. I saw that one of you guys actually commented that on a Phoenix SC video, which was really cool because I had no idea. Not commented on a Phoenix SC. You commented on my video saying Phoenix SC did it. So now there's a way to break bedrock. Break bedrock. So I think that's super cool. But other than that, not much else that I missed, I think. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I missed. I think I didn't show that glow berries didn't make you glow like how spectral arrows did. I think someone commented that they were asking about that. So yeah, so glow berries do not make you glow when you eat them. We go ahead and look here. I'm gonna go ahead and eat one. And no glowing effect. So nothing special there. I think that covers the rest of the stuff I missed on my YouTube video for the most part. Now let's go ahead and start building. There's a couple things that I thought would be really cool to build with all of this new stuff. And I think I want to try decorating with the bushes. I also want to see what would look good with the moss, and I think the dirt block too. Because I think you could make a really nice hobbit home with the new moss and dirt blocks. So we're going to go ahead and try that out. And then I think the azalea leaves, these things are really neat. Don't know if I like the bushes with the leaves, with the flowers on it. So, we'll just grab both of these for now. And then I don't think I'm going to use either of those, because those are just, I don't know, they're just kind of meh in my opinion. And any other blocks we want over here? No, I think we're fine with everything else. So I think let's go ahead and get started and see how good of a hobbit home we can make. I think that would be a pretty fun start. So if we go, let's just go right here. Can get ourselves a little mound going. And for wood, I'm going to be using some spruce because I think that would look pretty nice. So if we go ahead and get ourselves some spruce slabs, and then let's also get the stairs. I think this will blend pretty well with the rooted dirt that we got going on here. So we're going to just lay ourselves down a foundation against a wall, and this is where we are going to start our building at. I really like this. Maybe we'll mix some normal dirt in with it as well. I think that's a good idea. Maybe not. I do like this so much more than normal dirt, to be honest. It's just so much better looking, and I think that overall it's just going to be such a good addition to Minecraft in general. So we are going to start stacking up, and we're going to, let me see. We need to create kind of an arch going over here. So I think we're going to, oh wait, that needs to be one higher. Going to go with a slight arch. Yeah, something like this that's just going to be really subtle. It starts up kind of bigger, and then can go over 2, then over 3 maybe. Something like that looks pretty good right there. I think that's going to be what we're going to go with. And then how far did that go over? This goes over 3. Then over 1. Then staircase. Full block. Full block. Full block there. Upside down staircase. Is this even on both sides? I believe it is. Then we're going to put that there and that there. So this is a pretty good arch right here. I think this is going to be pretty decent. Just kind of doing a chill build stream. Maybe if you guys want, I could show off the creative world. Been thinking about doing that, especially since I know some of you guys have asked about that kind of stuff. So we got this foundation right here. So this is going to just be where the door is going to go here. And I think that's pretty neat. Then if we go and take our moss blocks, we're going to actually want to just do the rest of this hilltop with moss. And we want it sticking out. So we want to make sure that this part's sticking out, and then we're going to do kind of a rolling hill effect. Except we do want to make sure we're leaving space for all of the extra bits that we need back behind, just for the interior of the house. I do think that the moss is much better for the little hobbit home aesthetic than I can't decide how tall I want this to be on this side. Could try different things out on different sides. I think that looks good right there, and then if we go ahead and start building that up, it'll look even better. But overall, pretty good start. Now let's finish up with doing the door. So this is our center right here. We're gonna have a 3x3 door, 3x3-ish door, and I think we're going to go with something like this. Very cool, very cool. That looks good. And then let's go ahead and get some trapdoors with the spruce trapdoors. And if we go ahead and do this, this will kind of just, oops, not what I wanted. This will kind of just give it a more circular vibe that we're going for. So that kind of gives us a circle door right there. But now we need to go ahead and make ourselves a planter box, I want to say. This, something like this maybe? Or maybe we cut it off right here. Yeah, like that. Is this where? Yeah, this is where I cut it off last time. Something like that. That looks good. Okay. And then we're going to have... kind of put myself in a tricky spot here, because now the windows would be good there, or there, but I don't think it would be good with both. Maybe I could do 2 tall windows. That looks good. 2 tall windows looks pretty decent there, actually, when you think about it. So I think that looks pretty good right there. I don't know if I'm gonna do an interior on this house, but I kind of like what we got going right now, just on the exterior. Let's use some tinted glass. Maybe not. Maybe not. No, we'll use brown glass because that'll fit the aesthetic that we're going for right now a little bit better. There we go. Still, I think it's because it's not dark in there. I think it's because you can see through it. If it wasn't like that, I think it would be a lot better. So we are going to go ahead and move this door all the way through the house 3 wide, just so we can get a pretty good perspective on what we're going to be having in here. Maybe put some... trying to think. Could either just continue with this theme, or we could... I'm kind of thinking just continue with that theme. Oh, I cannot do this. Boom. Okay, there we go. Boom, boom, and here is our doorway. So the reason that we made this 3 wide is just because now we can go ahead and put some wood on the inside, which is going to help us with our interior quite a bit. Because now we can go ahead and layer all this up. And we can get a little bit more structure when we're talking about like the interior part of the house. Because right now we are just going to have like a rough shape on the outside, but the inside is going to have a very specific shape going on in here. And it's going to have curved corners at the end here with a stripped oak log. I think that's going to look the best. Yeah, something like that. And let's go ahead and grab our slabs again. Yeah, stripped oak log is going to look good in here. Okay. Maybe not that low. I don't think that low for the banister. Is that what it would be called? I don't think so. I think that's the wrong word for that. Anyways, let's go ahead and see this. We are looking decent, I guess. I don't know. Trying to think. Maybe I need to just stop thinking and just start building more. Let's place some stairs here. And then we'll go ahead and get another window placed in here. That might be the play. Okay, yeah, that looks good. Something... Something like that could be pretty cool, actually. I think that's good. That's good for this. And we got the little window up top. We got this going on over here. Kind of not liking the planter boxes, though, to be honest. It looks a little bit... It doesn't look right. Feels like there should be more going on here, but I'm not exactly sure what. Maybe we want something like that, because this looks like it's holding all of the dirt together so that it isn't pouring over. Something like that looks decent-ish. And then we can put... I don't really think that has its place there. I do think this looks better than if it was just going to be normal dirt, so I think that's an improvement. I think that's an improvement overall. Oh geez, all the skulk sensors are going off over here because of the bats. I could see myself living here. That looks good. I did want to try something else, but I don't think I'm going to be able to pull it off. I wanted to try building a skull with bone blocks, and then it would be like overgrown, but I don't know if I could even build a skull to start off with. I don't know. Maybe that's enough creative building. Let's just do the world tour. I think that's a better idea. I wanted to do this first. I just wanted to wait a little bit, let people funnel in. Let's see. So we are looking at... Okay, I'll start over here. This is just pixel art of a diamond block. Now this is probably one of my best creations. This one is the biggest by far in this world. And then there's a couple other big ones, but not too many. This right here is something I've worked a long time on. I haven't worked on it in a long time though. But anyways, if we go ahead and look at the statistics, which is right here, and we go and look at items, and then we used items times used, 35,916 polished andesite placed. That's what this whole thing is made out of. And I made it out of this just because I was building it more for the shape than I was for the I'm trying to think here. Than I was for the color, because I was going to add color eventually, but I never got around to it because it would take so long to do that. But anyways, if we go ahead and look here, it's actually looking pretty decent. Pretty decent indeed. And then it actually has a ring of lava around it with the center was the first thing that I made. I made the center first, and then I built everything out around it. And it has spikes coming off in 4 corners, and then in these 4 corners in the cardinal directions, north, south, east, west, it has these pillars that are holding up this giant crystal over a pool of lava. Thought that was pretty neat. And if we go ahead and check out over here, I believe this was the first thing that I made over here, is the first thing I made, which I think is, it was okay. I'm not super great at building, but I know that some people were asking to see this stuff, so I figured, hey, I'll show you guys what I've made in my creative world. Let's see. So we got leaves all up here. I think it's a pretty cool thing. It looks a little bit better with shaders on just because the leaves cast shadows and stuff. So I think it looks a little bit better with shaders on, but otherwise still looks pretty good here. And then we got like the ring of lanterns and stuff. I just like this. Has a nice aesthetic. It's a little park kind of thing. Then here is something else I made. I made a lot of this stuff as soon as the Nether update came out, so like maybe a year ago or whatever. And this is my wizard's tower. This thing looks pretty sick, I think. It is kind of basic. It's not like super detailed. It's got some details. I used different blocks. I used all of the different kinds of blackstone because I was just obsessed with blackstone at the time. Kind of still am. And this is basically what I made. And I also used the crimson wood because I was like, come on, crimson wood's gotta have a use. So I kind of put that together. I got a little bit of inspiration for the tower, but you know what? Still made it mostly myself. This is the third thing I made. I started numbering everything that I made and in which order I made it. So this is the third thing I made. It's just kind of like a medieval style house. Nothing on the interior. I don't really do interiors on my builds unless I'm playing survival. And it's decently detailed. I kind of did some detailing. I like arches. And I also like spruce wood. I'm sure you guys can tell spruce wood is my favorite wood type. And then dark oak is just such a good wood type for outlining spruce wood, in my opinion. And then here we go over here. If you guys watched the survival community server thing, this house will look familiar. I actually built this right before I built the house on the community server. Because I was like, I have spruce wood, let's go ahead and build a house. It's just a basic L-shaped house with a balcony on it. So I think that's it's just kind of basic. This is the worst thing I've ever built by far. I was like, I want to try and build a big house, and I was like, let's go ahead and do some different shapes and stuff, but then I just messed up the roof completely. It just doesn't look good. Still kept it around just to, just because I like having stuff in my world, even if it's bad. Because, like, what's the worst thing that's gonna happen? People are gonna see it and then judge me? Yeah, I don't care. I really don't care. This is probably one of the things that I spent the... Like, honestly, this took more time than I would say this crystal thing over here did. Actually, that's probably a lie. That's probably a lie. Okay. It probably still took half as much time, because this is just patterns. This is all geometric shapes right here. If we go ahead and look at this, this is all just simple geometric shapes. It's all based off, believe it or not, this is based off of an 11 by 11 hexagon. So it just, if you build a hexagon that the diagonals are, no, octagon, not hexagon. If you build a thing that, octagon that went out 11 blocks this way, in the diagonal, like I counted that way, then out 11 this way, and then just met that all up, that would actually be what that was based on, which I think is pretty cool. So anyways, if we look at this took a long time, because the detailing on this is actually pretty crazy. You guys probably aren't going to be able to see all of it, but you know what? It's here. So if you look here, I use the basalt to kind of make jagged shapes that come out from the base, and they kind of hang off, which I really like that, and you're going to see that in another build that's coming up. Let's not look at the back. The back doesn't have anything on it. But anyways, we look at this over here. I then have like, the basalt is just such a good detailing block, and then we have these areas over here, because these were all supposed to be like areas that I would that would be connected to hallways and stuff in the back. Like, there would be hallways that ran behind here and stuff, like, just in the back, but I never really did the back because a lot of work. Then if we go over here, mirroring this was so hard. Like, I spent so much time mirroring this. And let me think. Yeah, so there's just a lot of detail in here. This is probably one of the builds I'm most proud of. This looks sick with shaders on, by the way. Like, this is probably one of my best builds. I'll turn it to night if you guys want to see it at night. Time, set, night. I'm very proud of this one. This build is, I'll do midnight just because then it's actually night, not like half night. Time set midnight. Let's see. Then I use this tricky little trick to get light coming out of there, just because I use stairs, and then I hid a shroom light down by 1 block, so that actually produced a decent amount of light, so now mobs can't spawn on this either, which is pretty cool. And then just made the pillars. If you look over here, like, this whole pillar, it's kind of a separate thing of its own, and then I connected them, because I was originally just going to do pillars, and then I filled it in so that it was a whole wall, and then it kind of had like this pedestal feel to it, so I went ahead and I extended this. And then I would basically, if I was going to build this for like a base, like a whole base, like in survival, I would extend this out about, like, I think I was going to go 3, I would do 3 of these segments going out, then it would turn into a corner that would go in, and then it would go back out, and then it would just mirror. And then I think that would be what it would look like with that. But otherwise, I think... And then what would happen is that these would be holding up. This would be like a huge base right here, and it would be all flat on the top. And then this would just kind of be like a ring around it, and then it would be flat here again. And then that would hold up like a castle, I think. So this would all just be this whole foundation would just be a base for like a bigger castle, which I thought was kind of a cool idea, because you don't see that very many times. Let's go ahead and turn it back today just so you guys can see. Then, so I think that's most of the stuff on this side. If we come over here, this is all my redstone stuff. Here's just some basic circuits, T flip-flop, variable input using the item frames. I was going to build something off that, but then I changed it. This is a monostable circuit. I just have all this stuff here just so it's easier. This is a 4x4 piston door that's kind of interesting. It uses the concrete powder to fall. So if we go ahead and bring this back down, it'll bring that down, and then it has just a retraction point at the top. So it's symmetrical on all sides, but then it just drops down the concrete powder, which I think is actually pretty cool. I like this kind of redstone stuff. 4x4 doors, I can't believe how easy they are now, honestly. Like, 4x4 doors are really easy in the newest updates and stuff. Overall, let's see here. If we go ahead and look at this, I believe this was a failed attempt at, yeah, this is a failed attempt at making a water elevator swapper. I was trying to make my own because I was trying to get good at redstone. This is also a failed attempt. Like, I accidentally messed this up, but this one works. This one works. Here, I'll go ahead and start it. This is a by Il Mango. It's a cobblestone generator. And then if I go ahead and press this button right here, it turns into a basalt generator. Hey, look at that. That's so cool. I think this is like super cool. This is not my design at all. This is Il Mango's design, but still super cool. I mainly just built it just so I could have a reference to it. Here was a TNT dupe system. But believe it or not, I blew up the TNT part. So yeah, that didn't end up working. So we're just going to go ahead and take that away. So let's go to the nether, because I actually built some stuff in the nether. I built this flat ground over here. Well, filled it in with the fill command. Oh, I never even finished this? What? That's crazy. So I guess I never finished this, but this was supposed to be like a barn style house. It was going to be kind of cool. It was going to be like a little ranch, and then there was this ravine that I built right here. Kind of just dug this out, built a ravine. I'm not super great with building sometimes, but I am really good with terraforming. Terraforming is my thing in Minecraft, so that's something, that's an interesting fact, I guess, about me. But anyways, this house isn't finished, but this one over here is, and I've built this on a survival world, and it looks so good. Especially, like, I like the blue torches because it doesn't put out too much light, but still at the same time it just blends so well with the blue. And the blackstone is just such a good highlight for both of the red and for both of the netherwood types. I think that they're both pretty awesome, honestly. But anyways, if we go ahead and check this out, there's just like, it's kind of it looks kind of creepy because it's got like all of the hanging fences on this. I used a lot of the logs, and I thought that looked pretty good. And then this was like when the nether update was still in snapshot phases though. So this was like a while ago that I built this. I think it looks really good though. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty decent. Then I just mirrored this on the other side just because I wasn't sure what to do. So that looks decent, pretty decent. That's all I have built in the nether though. Nothing super special over there. Now if we go ahead and look at this area over here, this is a work in progress still. It's I kind of wanted it to have like a factory vibe to it, which is what the yellow and black is all about, but then I kind of strayed from that in the end. So this would be like I think this would be a nether base. I don't think this would fit in the overworld unless it was underground maybe. But anyways, I haven't really finished this at all. I'm going to eventually fill this stuff with lava down here, and it's going to have like basalt pillars spiking up and stuff, so maybe you guys will see that later if I ever finish it. And then there's like this balcony that sticks out. I was actually building this last night. I was working on this last night while I was listening to a podcast. And then there's these arches that are just arching bridges over to the castle part of it, which I'm saying that's why I said I strayed from the factory idea, because there's gonna be like a castle in the middle here, so I think that's kind of cool. Then I want to put what's the word for it? I want to put double doors so that they'll There'll just be double doors here, so it'll look pretty cool. Look kind of mansion-y. Going for a lot of different vibes here, but this is probably the third biggest, or I guess fourth biggest thing that I've built on here. The if we go over here and look at the thing I was showing you guys earlier, so that's obviously the biggest. This is first biggest over here, especially since it has like the huge tower. I don't even know why I built it this big. I didn't even really look at this because this is just kind of, I don't even know why I built it that big. Anyways, let's go ahead and get some elytra on so I can fly around in this thing. This flying is faster. Okay, so if we go in here, not much lighting, but I did make this. Okay, I'm gonna give myself night vision because I was gonna show you guys something else, but I want to show you guys this first because we already passed by this. If we go in here, I built this super cool, I think this is super cool. I don't know if you guys will agree. But anyways, I built this super cool staircase right here that just, it goes up on, so it comes up on these four sides over here. And so you can come in through these four sides. And then there's four in the other direction, in these four corners over here. So if we go into, I guess I didn't finish that side, didn't know that. So if we go over here, it goes into these four corners. Forgot to, there we go. So if we, then it goes into the middle here, and this is kind of just like a, I don't know what this would be for. Maybe it would like shoot you up in a water elevator or something. Not really too sure, but I think it's still pretty cool. And then I had these giant like eye-shaped structures that are just jutting out. And I think this is all just pretty cool. And I used to love just something that I did for like probably a couple hours, would not like straight, but if I ever got bored or if I ever needed like a creative break, I would just fly through these doors and stuff, or, you know, because this thing's actually a pretty good flying course if you want to do some tight turns and stuff, which I think is kind of fun. But this is I think that staircase is pretty cool. Also, I used to fly over here, and then you can go down and up through here and around the spike. But anyways, that's my first biggest build. Then if we come over here, I've already shown these off, but this is my second biggest, I think. No, this is my third biggest. This is my third biggest. We haven't shown you the second biggest. Even though the second biggest might even be considered the first biggest, it's not just not like physically as big maybe. But it probably has had, this is my fourth biggest though. Maybe not in like, because the wall probably doesn't take up this much space, but it's still bigger. Still had more blocks in it, I think. But this is my second biggest, maybe even first biggest creation that I've made, which I'm going to effect clear. Okay, cool. I just don't like the particle effects floating around me. So if we look at this, this is my Japanese style village. So if we look over here, this area doesn't have very much going on. It just has like this one house. It's actually really well lit up. You can't really see it too well in the daytime. Maybe I'll go back through it during the nighttime. I'll turn it night and then come back through. But anyways, I've put so much time into terraforming all this. Like, it's crazy. I'll show you this. This is more impressive than anything over here or up here. But anyways, if we go through this, you then come up here, and then there's this other mountain that's going to have even more on top of it. And then there's this bridge. I plan on putting a house right here somewhere. There's going to be another house here. There's going to be a huge house up here that's going to be like 10 stories tall. Like, this is going to be like one of the higher class houses. And this house right here, I am very proud of. That one I kind of looked online to get inspiration for. This one I kind of did as well, but I did more of it by myself than I did by looking at stuff, I think, if I remember correctly. But I forget. I built this so long ago. But anyway, so there's this house. I do have stuff in here, I think. Maybe not. Never mind, I don't have stuff in there. But anyways, this house I like a lot, and it opens up into this new what's it called? Not this new, this backyard. This, if I had shaders on right now, I might actually open up Minecraft with shaders just to show you guys this house. because this looks so cool with shaders, especially if you come under here, just underwater with shaders. It's so beautiful. And then we come over here, and this also looks really good with shaders. All of the water just looks so good with shaders because I put sea pickles in it and all that. And then it has, it's kind of just a nice sand garden. I use the these, what are these even called? Smooth sandstone stairs. These just make it look really clean and pristine. And I think this is, it's so nice. It looks like little tiny river path. I don't know what to call it. River paths. I don't even care what to call it. Then it flows down into this underwater cave, which is actually just black concrete, which looks pretty decent. And yeah, so then it has these walls that are just, they look all the same height over here, but then it actually dives a little bit deeper. If I could fix one thing, I would have built this a little bit higher, because this is actually the void right here. I forgot to build a little bit higher because I wanted to go a little bit more detail in the river and make it a little bit deeper, but then I couldn't because the void's right there. So that was a little bit sad. But anyways, if we follow this up here, there's a waterfall. Then this goes underneath a bridge, and there's a bamboo forest here. Gonna place more houses around here. Then this terraforming I've just been slowly chipping away at. Terraforming's by far my biggest strength. Hey, we got Adrostrist is in the chat. I remember this world a few years ago. It's not the same exact one. It's not the same one. I do have some similar stuff that I've kind of copied over, but this is a new world that I started like maybe a year ago. I don't even know where my old creative worlds went. Maybe I should do that sometime. Going through my old worlds. That would be a fun thing, because I have a crazy amount of creative worlds. I spent probably 90% of my time in creative Minecraft. Like, more back then. Now I do more survival, but recently I've been doing creative because 1.17 is coming up, and I don't want to play survival because I don't want to get burnt out. And if I get burnt out before the update comes out, then that's just gonna... that happened with the Nether update. I basically played so much because I was so hyped for the Nether update. I just got so burnt out that, so I'm trying not to do that again. But anyways, if we look at this is, yeah, I just like terraforming. Then there's some curves going on here that are going to eventually it'll all look like this. If you can see under here, I just did the same thing, and then you kind of just build off of it with the general shape, and it kind of just rolls down like the rolling mountains. But anyways, so this is my Japanese style village. Not this by far is the best part of it. Like, this view right here kind of got one of those cherry blossom trees, which I think is pretty nice. Did decent job on. Didn't use a tutorial for this, so pretty happy with that. And this is like the nicest view. Then you kind of come over here, and it's like, this house is just kind of here, kind of considering moving it like just a couple blocks over, but we'll have to see. But anyways, I think this is probably the best build, one of the best builds. I don't know. If I had to rank it, the Japanese build would definitely be one of the best. Then this might be, this one's probably third, just because it isn't done yet. This one is cool with shaders, but it's not super cool without shaders because the leaves don't cast shadows and stuff, which I don't like. But anyways, this is, it's okay. I think by far the bigger builds are more fun to do because it's just like a big project that I can do while listening to podcasts. Because I've been listening to podcasts pretty recently. Been thinking about starting a podcast with friends or something, which I think would be pretty dope. I tried starting a podcast one time, but then I just got super busy with school and stuff, so that never really happened. Oh, this was my speed bridging area. I had like a bunch of stuff so that I basically would get infinite blocks. I'd be able to do like try out block clutches and stuff like that with hay bales. This was just like, I'd use this to train myself for doing some stuff, because I tried speedrunning for a bit, It was a lot of fun. I did, I tried 1.16 speedrunning, which was super hard. I've only tried 1.16 speedrunning, and finding the Nether Fortress, it sucks. So probably not going to do that ever again, if I'm being realistic. But yeah, it's all pretty cool. But anyways, this is pretty nice survival world. I think this stream's just going to be a nice and short stream overall. Probably going to end it pretty soon. Thought that I'd just do a creative world tour since some people were asking. Might do other stuff like this sometime in the future. I'll just have to see. I don't know if I'll do very much of this kind of stuff just because it's not the most entertaining. Maybe I will. Who knows? I was thinking about doing like some creative building. I tried that at the beginning of this stream. It really just wasn't that interesting at all. I was just getting bored with it. Oh, I didn't even show this off. I completely forgot this was here. Well, mainly because it sucks. Like, if I tried to make a circle, and I didn't do it right. So you can tell it's all janky. It's a janky looking circle. So I would probably rebuild this, and then I might actually use it. Also, this is just like the stupidest looking statue of my skin ever. I didn't even, like, I was going to put the jacket on, but then I just, like, it sucks, so I just didn't. I just skipped that part. I'm not gonna waste my time. And then over here we just got, this is all the snapshot stuff over here. We built this at the beginning of the stream. Pretty cool stuff. A little hobbit home. Exterior, not the interior, but yeah, I think that's pretty cool right there. But anyways, I think that's probably going to be it for this stream. Just thought I'd do a little world tour, show off some of the 1.17 features that I missed out on in the video that I posted. But anyways, yeah, pretty nice stuff. Overall, pretty excited for 1.17, especially with the new updates that have been coming out. Anyways, catch you guys